We're at the Thunder Beast Arms booth at 2019 SHOT Show, talking with Zach Smith. Good to see you again, Zach.
Likewise, hello.
So, a couple new exciting product offerings. The one I personally am most excited about is the bipod from Thunder Beast Arms.
Yeah, so the bipod, the silencer industry kind of had a hard time in 2017, I guess. So we decided, hey, let's work on a bipod, because we've been threatening to make a bipod for like 5 years, and finally we had the impetus to actually do it.
Yeah.
So what we did is, we've been shooting for quite some time, especially in the field, and we sort of took all the bipods we've ever shot. We sort of took the features we liked, and then kind of erased the features that we hated, and we ended up with this, which is the Thunder Beast bipod. So this is made of titanium, aluminum, and steel.
Wow.
Every metal part is either stainless steel, or it's coated, it's coated with high-tech coatings.
Okay.
Things like Isonite, Type 3, and I think we have QPC on the titanium. So we have super good coatings on all this stuff. A couple cool features about it. So this was designed for field use.
Okay.
So you can deploy it, and it's hard to do not on a rifle, but you can deploy it without hitting any buttons. You just grab it and pull the legs down.
Oh, wow.
And that was an ASR requirement for their bipod.
Okay.
And then you can bring it back to the 45. So once the legs are deployed in the down position, you can bring it back to the 45. But that 45 feature doesn't get in the way, like you don't get stuck there on the way down if you're in a hurry. Because usually people go back to that on purpose. So then we have adjustable legs. And this is designed that if you're on the gun, and I can't do it without a gun here to be in a firing grip, but if you reach up and grab the leg, like if you just roll the gun down, it'll go down. If you roll the gun up, it'll go up. So you can keep a firing grip on the gun and just like set your height just where you need it without having to use two hands and all this kind of junk.
Which we're all familiar with.
It's terrible. Yeah, I mean, I hate that. Other features, so we have our tension adjuster back here, and I like to shoot my bipods a little bit loose, like more here, but you can tighten it up if you want to. And then this is toolless adjuster, so if you need more in either direction, you can lift this up and move it to get more adjustments.
Okay.
Right? But this is set, so you can set this in the morning and it'll stay at that tension all day. It's not going to you're not going to have to readjust it, or it won't get loose or anything like that. Another cool thing is the materials we use for the stack of shims is good enough so that there's not a lot of initial friction to overcome.
Okay.
Like with the old Harris's, like you'd have to it would be like creak, and you're never quite where you want to be.
Yeah, it's either too light, too tight, or too loose.
Right.
Yeah.
This is real smooth. So even if I have it cranked down harder than I would shoot it on, I can still move it pretty smooth. So next we have the interchangeable feet. You can see I've got one spiky foot and one rubber foot.
And you make the feet as well?
We make the feet. It's going to come with the rubber feet. You can buy the spiky feet, and the spiky feet are metal with a carbide insert.
And how do you attach or detach them?
So it's real easy. Just use two hands and just twist it.
Okay.
And then to put it back on, you just put it right back on there and then twist it.
Okay, the locks.
I didn't bring them over here, but we have leg extensions that will go between the feet and the leg to add an extra 3 inches.
Yep.
And you can stack up to 2 of those on either side if you want to.
Oh, really? Okay.
To make a super high bipod.
And then, how much degree of adjustability is there in the can?
In which exactly?
In the can.
Oh, the can. I'd have to ask the engineers, but it is quite a bit of adjustment from side to side.
Okay.
And we tried to keep the axis of rotation as high as possible.
Right.
On this part, so it comes with a Picatinny quick release with an ADM lever, although this bolt pattern is the exact same bolt pattern as the ARCA and Really Right Stuff adapter
Okay, so if you want that ARCA, that Really Right Stuff rail, you could do that.
Right, so we have 2 other demo units here. One has the Really Right Stuff intermediate plate and then the ARCA quick throw lever, but then Really Right Stuff has their screw one is lower profile because it bolts directly to the base plate.
Gotcha.
I think that's about it for the bipod. We're pretty excited about it.
A couple additional questions.
Sure.
Availability and pricing.
We're taking orders now.
Okay.
We'll have the first batch available in March, and they'll be in continuous production starting now actually, but they'll come out in March.
Okay, so order directly through Thunder Beast Arms.
Order direct from us, or you can get on the pre-order list from like Mile High, etc.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome. All right, so let's move on. We have a really cool suppressor here that's new for this year.
Sure. So this is a suppressor that's been in the works for a long time. It's basically, so this is the ASR submission for the AI rifle for the military contract. And when they sell those kits, like the ASR deployment kit from AI or from AI North America for Mile High, it'll be matched with this can, although I think you'll have to buy it separately. But this model is called the 338 Ultra SR.
Okay.
And fundamentally, although the structure is different, it's basically a 338 Ultra with our SR mount on it. And what does SR stand for? It's secondary retention. And the idea is, a lot of you, well, most civilian users will not need this, although it is really cool and it works great.
Okay.
It does have coarser threads on the brake than our regular Ultra series cans, so it screws on quicker. But the primary feature is that once it's screwed on and fully shouldered, you can throw the secondary lock and then it will never come off.
Okay.
And we've been working on this mount for like 8 years, and it's been in beta testing in the field for close to 2 years now. So we've tested this extensively and put a lot of design revisions in it. And the main thing that makes this different is you can see there are little teeth on the brake. A lot of brakes have teeth.
Yeah.
And most brakes that have teeth, the way they fundamentally lock up is they have like a ratchet or like a little lever or like a little like paw or something, right? And the problem is that if it's too tight for the prior notch but not tight enough for the next notch, you're between them, right? So if it backs off one click, your can's now loose a little bit, right? And that just kills accuracy. And we're accuracy guys, right?
Right.
So our goal for the last like 8 years has been to make a quick mount with retention that is as accurate as the regular CB and BA mounts that we've got. And the way this works is it's almost impossible to see, but inside the circumference of this collar, we have a double cam path around the circumference with arms. And when those arms come down, the first cam brings it down, and the second cam, once it's found one of these notches, then it fully bottoms out. So at any given final position, these little arms can engage either of at least 2 adjacent notches in this brake. And then once it's in whichever of those, it can still fully bottom out.
I see.
So basically we have sort of like a virtual infinite number of notches, or of notches in here. But the bottom line is, you screw it on until it shoulders and lock that thing. Accuracy is spot on, and it'll always stay locked.
Okay. And so that particular design spec was a sort of requirement for this government program?
A secondary lock was a requirement for ASR,
Okay.
but I mean, we've known for a decade that we needed to have a super accurate mount that was like a QD mount.
And what are we talking about as far as pricing and availability on this one?
Pricing on this, the 338 Ultra SR with the brake, is $21.95.
Okay.
And availability, we actually have a bunch of these units available in the warehouse now. Although once those are sold out, we'll revert back to our regular manufacturing backlog, which right now is about June.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent update, Zach. Thank you very much
Cool,
for
thank you.
spending the time with us.
Thanks.
Thanks.